We never prayed with together and to live alone and out. And everybody wanted to you wanted over out. And everybody wanted to you wanna know. 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 And everybody wanted to you wanna know.
Everybody want it. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the live stream. So, last time, well, actually, in the last episode, we had a little bit of a snafu. The stream crashed, and I did not come back to YouTube. I streamed a couple of times on Kick, and decided to take a couple of days off from YouTube. And if you remember the last episode, what we were talking about is the truth about coding with AI. I believe we had left at point number 4, but just as a recap, right? So we are talking about the truth about coding with AI, whether it's agentic coding or just vibe coding or whatever, or spec engineering, which is the new craze. So basically, what we aim to explore is how AI is reshaping the world of software development, and basically we cover what the reality is and what the perception is, and you'll be surprised what it is exactly. All that to say, things are about to change drastically. Okay, whichever side of the aisle you're on, whichever side of the AI you're on, you are going to walk away with something. And my goal is not to actually sway anybody from either side. You decide what works for you and you go for it. That's pretty much it. So a quick recap. We talked about the first point was AI as a coding assistant, not a replacement. That was very clear. Point number 2 was the rise of vibe coding. Again, we explored what it's all about and how to leverage it. And again, you should have at least a basic understanding of code structure, whether it's HTML, CSS, or JavaScript, or TypeScript, or C++, or Python, whatever, right? That's the gist of it. And point number 3 was productivity gains versus reality. And as the data showed, right, a lot of vibe coders end up spending, getting slowed down 20% of the time. And those who actually leverage other combinations such as GitHub and Copilot, they see an increase of 55% faster. Of course, I can't verify that figure, but I know for a fact, since I've vibe coded, I know it's significantly slower because you constantly have to go back and put out fires that the AI, the LLM might have inadvertently done things that you didn't ask for, or it fixes one problem, but it introduces a multitude of bugs, which you have to go back and fix yourself. And we were at point number 4. Point number 4 was a persistent need for human oversight, and that's just like in anything. Whether you have a junior dev, okay, you're a senior dev and you have a junior dev, you're always in the loop. You're not going to take your senior dev's word for it. If your senior dev performs a task, it's your duty to go back and review, all right, and point whatever your junior dev has done wrong, and you reiterate, right? And that goes for everything. So the paradigm doesn't change all of a sudden if you're into vibe coding. You still have to treat your coding assistant as a junior dev rather, or a colleague, right? Depends on which AI coding assistant you're using. So again, persistent need for human oversight. That's a given. Okay, so now let's go to point number 5. Point number 5, all right. Evolving developer roles. And software engineers are learning to shift from writing code line by line to supervising AI output, integrating testing and deployment pipelines, and architecting entire systems with AI's help. This third generation of AI coding agents, tools like Copilot agents and Claude 4 powered by SDLC integration, is ushering in more automation across the software lifecycle, but still requires human judgment for quality control. QC is very important. QC or QA, whatever you want to call it, quality assurance or quality control. A human in the loop is a must. You can't sit back and let the AI agent take over and expect pristine code, expect clean code ready for deployment. Okay, clean code ready for production. No, you got to think in terms of, you got to segment your development environments. You have the development environments, then you have your production environment. Therefore, don't expect your AI to put out production code. Of course you can. All right, let me rephrase that. You may and you can. Here's the thing, all right? If you're, and I talk about this all the time, if you're basically just vibe coding a basic landing page, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, or it may just be HTML and CSS, that's pretty easy to do. That's pretty simple to do. Right? There's not a lot of moving parts, and it's fairly simple. It's a very simple task. So vibe coding is such a simple task. Yeah, it's not a lot of complexities attached to it, or a to-do list, or a simple calculator, or a weather app. Any of these apps, I'm sure you've seen, if you've been on the internet for the past year or so, you've seen a lot of those. I vibe coded a calculator in 5 minutes. Yes, that's pretty simple. But when you try to go into complex structures, such as an e-commerce site or a social media clone, a la Instagram or Facebook, or a streaming platform like Netflix or YouTube, this is where you'll run into a lot of issues. You'll run into a lot of problems. Okay, it is not that simple. So human in the loop, again, you got to think about it. It's evolving rapidly, but the human in the loop always has to be there. That's the key takeaway from the whole dissertation here. So again, as we saw, point number 5 was evolving developer roles, and point number 6, human still wins for now. Okay, we're still winning, but for now, because things are changing rapidly. And here's what you got to think about. Okay. A recent AI coding competition highlighted this dynamic. A top human coder dubbed Psycho, or maybe this is, maybe it's a typo. Maybe it's Psyho or Psycho. Maybe the C's missing. Let's go with Psyho because that's how it's written. Narrowly beat an advanced OpenAI model, making a notable win by underscoring that such victories may soon be rare as AI continues improving. So there you have it. So as you can see, a human will still win, not in terms of speed of spitting out codes, large code bases. I still think no human still cannot out-type any coding agent when it comes to generating a full structure for, let's say, a React Native or a Node.js app. No human can crank out these files as the AI can. However, and the complexity of the project that you're trying to actually spin, the human in the loop will still be ahead of the curve, because you sort of, especially if you are a senior dev, if you're very well versed with a particular language, there are certain things that you'll be able to catch where the AI might get a little confused, especially once the context window has been exceeded. Therefore, you get into a situation where now the AI agent is great. Okay, it's there to do certain things to assist you, but you will still be in the driver's seat. And this is the beauty of it. Human still wins for now. That's the key to the to point number 6. And that's pretty much it. So let's just go down the list and see like the key takeaways, right? The key takeaways when it comes to this coding agent or AI assisted coding. When we look at what's the key, the major things, right? The major key takeaways. The key takeaways is basically AI strengths. So again, as I just mentioned earlier, rapid code generation, right? Effective for routine, small-scale coding tasks. I mean, we agree with that, all right? If you're gonna spit out, you're gonna do some scaffolding. You want to generate a structure for a React Native app or a Node.js app. There you go. It's all there. And second key takeaway is AI limitations. So lack architecture skills, susceptible to bugs and hallucinations. Again, this is where we are now. But again, remember, it's getting better by the day. And a lot of tools out there are iterating at breakneck speed. They're getting better and better, which again, we will see major advancements by the end of the year. Okay. And next takeaway is human value. The human value is essential for design, review, debugging, and system-wide thinking. This is where, again, you become the senior dev, all right? Even debugging, I would go a step further and say debugging, but AI assisted. Because you can actually employ AI, you guide it to debug certain parts of your code, but you're still in control. But if you were to debug a certain portion of your code without AI assistance, it'll take you way longer. But if you utilize AI, it will significantly reduce the time it will take you to debug said bug. All right. Next takeaway is tool evolution. So from simple code completion to full SDLS automation agents, we are there. And things are happening at the same time. We see Cloud Code, a lot of other agentic coders, such as Warp and other Cursor, they introduce agents. A lot of these AI coding assistants are introducing agents and at this particular point in time, and they're getting better and better. So once again, in 6 months to a year from now, things are going to be a lot better. So the next point is learning versus productivity. So junior coders may suffer slower workflows. Expert may still benefit if skill in prompting and oversight. So you kind of have to, weigh the pros and the cons. Are you looking to learn, or are you looking to increase your productivity? That's the main key takeaway right there. Of course, the last key takeaway is future outlook. AI continues advancing rapidly, but safe, maintenance-ready production code still demands human oversight. And then that sums it all up. Okay, like I said, there's your development environment and there's your production environment. So you still need a human in the loop to make sure you have, safe, maintenance-ready production code. You got to have the human oversight. Okay. All right, we have BAH. What's going on? Good afternoon. How's it going? It's going excellent. Yeah, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, brother. And what else do we have? So these are the key takeaways, right? So recommended practices for people who are interested in vibe coding and using coding assistance. So treat AI like a junior developer. Let it write drafts, but always manually review and test its output. Again, very simple, clear cut. Adopt a hybrid workflow. Use AI for prototyping, then architect, refine, secure, test, and document the results. All right. And focus on mastering prompt techniques and understanding the resulting code, especially for complex or production environments. And I mean, it's common sense, but you would think that people would automatically take that into consideration. But a lot of people sort of dismiss AI coding assistants as well. No, I'm a purist. I don't want to do that. I just want to code manually. It's okay. No one's telling you not to code manually. But eventually you'll have no choice. Just like a lot of people didn't have a choice by using the internet or using even ChatGPT instead of going to Google search. So at the end of the day, this thing is a freight train, okay? AI coding assistants, AI coding agents, these things are freight trains. They are going down the track at 100 miles an hour. There's nothing's going to stop them, and nobody's going to stop them. And you're either going to jump on board at some point or you're going to be left behind. And those are my key takeaways. All right. So once again, guys, AI coding is here and it's here to stay. Whether you vibe code, whether you are spec engineer, whether you use it for scaffolding, whether you use it for debugging, at some point it's going to touch you as a developer. So get with it. Get with the program. All right. Yes, BAH. You like it? Yeah. Absolutely. So, guys, I think we have Zane on Discord. Let's see if Zane can hear me. Zane, can you hear me? Zane on Discord. Zane, can you hear me? We got Zane. I don't know if there's an issue with Discord, because I can't hear Zane, but let me actually join. Zane, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hey, Zane.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you now. How are you?
No, yes.
You good?
Um, hello.
Yeah, you're breaking up. The connection is not great. All right, Zane just dropped off. I guess he'll come back. He come back. So guys, today, am I still watching? Yes, I am watching.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, what's up, brother? How are you?
I'm doing good. I was just doing a little presentation on presentation on AI coding. So yeah. What about you? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. What are you working on?
I'm just practice exam.
Oh, you got exams coming up.
After 2 days.
Oh, okay. What do you what's the subject? What is the exam about?
is CS201, C++.
Oh, cool. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Good. Yeah, as long as you're confident, you're gonna get. I'm sure you're gonna be top of the class or A plus, A plus plus, right?
I hope.
All right, fingers
Uh,
crossed. Yeah. So let me just hang on a second, Zane. Let me just talk to the people a little bit. So guys, don't forget we are live on Kick. We're also live on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, we are live. And I want to let you know also, if you can follow us on Twitter, on X. All the links are in the description, and Discord server is right there. Here's the QR code. You can scan the QR code or get the link in the description. So give us a like. So what are you seeing right now on the screen is we are in Seaside Heights, New Jersey today. So if anybody in the Jersey area, if you're watching us, if you happen to walk past, if you're at Seaside Heights, okay, there's a Seaside Heights cam, North View. If you're walking by, just wave to the camera. Let me know you're watching. Let me know, and then say something. Well, I can't really hear you, but write a note or something, and then show it to the camera. So if you're watching, if you're over there at Seaside Heights, North View, Seaside Heights, New Jersey. So wave to the camera. All right, cool. Yeah. So Zane, do you have any questions for me?
No, I just watching you.
Oh, cool. Awesome, man. So sit back, relax, and I got a couple of things to talk about. And of course, we're talking about spec engineering. So those of you who've never heard of
Okay.
spec engineering, this is going to be a really good introduction. So let me ask Zane, since Zane is on the line. Zane, have you heard of spec engineering?
Hello. What do you want to ask?
Yeah, have you heard of spec engineering?
Aspects
Yes.
of engineering?
Yeah, spec. Spec means specification, right? So spec engineering. So have you heard of vibe coding?
Yes.
Right. So spec engineering is the next level of vibe coding. Spec engineering,
Okay.
you know what I mean? It's more, you're more in control, and the AI agent are more specific when it comes to coding. Vibe coding was basically, it was wild, it was unpredictable, and whatever happens happens. Where spec engineering is more, it's more like if you were coding with another coding partner, with another developer, where you start by writing a PRD. Okay, you start by writing the requirements, your tech stack, and your design. That means, you know, what is your app or your web app or your mobile app? What is it going to look like? Okay, the flow. Then you have your splash screen if it's a mobile application, right? You have your splash screen. Then you have your auth, you know, your login screen, sign up screen. Then you have your home page. You may have a dashboard. You may have notifications. You may have something like your profile page. So that's what specs mean. So you lay out your whole app flow, and then you work with the AI agent to basically create the app with you. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense.
Yeah, so
Yes, now
that's the new thing.
agents make more. Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, AI agents, most powerful AI agents like Copilot.
Yeah.
It's why you have.
Well, I've tried a lot of different agents, right? And the ones that are basically on top of the food chain right now, they're either augment code, okay, or I believe Cursor has a pretty good agent as well.
Yes, Cursor is very good.
Yeah, and
That's why the ones are.
yeah, but also remember the LLM they use has a lot to do with it as well. Okay, you if you use Cursor but you use, let's say, Gemini 2.0 Flash, you're not gonna get good results. But if you use Claude Sonnet 4.0 or 4.1, it's gonna be better because Claude has a better LLM that basically understands coding more. It's one of the best coding AIs out there. So it's a combination of both. So you may use Cursor, but you don't use the right AI LLM, then you may get, you may have less than ideal results.
Okay.
Yeah, things are going to get very, very interesting within the next 6 months, where when you employ spec engineering, your results are going to be way more in line with normal development when you have a development team. So you have your, you may have your project manager, then you have your senior dev, then you have, a couple of junior devs to assist, and then you have your design team. All right, so you have your head designer, then you may have senior devs also underneath the design, the head of design, and all that culminate to the project manager. So the project manager manages everything. So you can look at it as you, the human in the loop, being the project manager, and then all the agents are now work under you. They report to you, and which is a much better way to work as opposed to rely on the AI agents to do the work for you. Make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Once again, guys, we are Seaside Heights Cam, North View. So if you happen to be in Jersey, if you happen to be in New Jersey, Seaside Heights, North View, there's a cam. Just wave to the camera. All right. Right now, I'm looking at the Ferris wheel. Okay, and this is the amusement park over there. The Ferris wheel is in action. Okay, and I believe I saw a couple of. Okay, is that the? Yep, there's a roller coaster over there. I think there's a water slide. I'm seeing the water slide, and there's a lot of people on the beach today. It's a beautiful day. It's 2:46 p.m., 88 degrees Fahrenheit. That's probably about 24, 25 degrees Celsius. But don't quote me on that. In fact, let me check. 88 Fahrenheit to Celsius. I don't know Celsius like that.
I think around 40.
88, it's actually 31 degrees
31?
Celsius. Yeah. 31
It's
degrees.
not high.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean,
good.
that's good summer. Yeah, that's good summer weather. And this is by the beach. So it's pretty good. Yeah, mind you, because we're in July, so July is peak of summer, and in the northern hemisphere anyway. But in the winter, yeah, it's not that hot. It gets cold in Jersey. Yeah, so guys, Spec Spec Engineering. Don't forget, we are live on Kick and YouTube. So if you want to drop by, because right now we are in the Discord, if you want to talk to your guy, just drop in. The Discord server is wide open. Come and talk to your guy. And yeah, let's talk about another tool that I was just introduced to recently. But then I learned of this tool last week. But when I learned about it, I actually got the install file, but I didn't install it right away because I wanted to do it on a live. And by the time I got to it, the company ended up putting everybody on a waiting list if you hadn't launched the program yet. If I had launched it last week, I would have been fine. Actually, not last week, 2 weeks ago. I would have been fine. But I waited a week because I wanted to record the whole process. And during that time, they had so many people, they had so many signups that now they had to actually put everybody else on the wait list. But whoever was in the first week was already in. I think they got over 100,000 users that actually started using the product, and their servers got overwhelmed, so they couldn't accommodate any more people. So now I'm on a waiting list, so I can't use it. So this project is called Kiro, okay? Kiro.
Yes.
Right. Kiro is looking to be very promising. And for those of you who don't know, Kiro is developed by Amazon, Jeff Bezos. And the way Kiro,
Okay.
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
What were you use? Specs, engineering. Can you tell me the spells of the specs?
What have
I
I
don't
used?
understand what were you use.
What was I using?
I don't understand what were you use? Specs or what?
Myself, what did I use? I use Augment Code. And the thing is,
No.
yeah, go ahead.
I say what were you use? It's specs engineering or what? Tell me the spelling of the specs.
Oh, SPEC. That's spec. Spec is short for specifications, right? So SPEC and then engineering, 2 words. All right.
Okay.
So in fact, see, spec. I've actually used spec engineering before, but it wasn't really called. I didn't put a name on it. I didn't call it spec engineering. The way that I use it is that I always create a markdown file with all my phases, okay, with my tech stack. Basically starts with a description of the project. What does it do? Then I go with the tech stack. Is it going to be Node.js? Is it going to be Python? Is it going to be Next.js? Whatever is required for the project. Then what I do is
Yes.
I create a document with all the phases. Phase 1, what do? I create the structure. Then I install the dependencies. Then I basically create a Git branch, right? So then I could back up my work as I create. So from the very early stage, I start backing things up, the GitHub, and I start pushing things to GitHub. And that's pretty much what spec engineering does. Spec engineering, basically, it's for you, instead of saying, okay, build me this, especially if your application is very complex, the AI gets lost. So you got to go step by step, phase by phase. Okay, I want to do this. Then you want to do one small step at a time. Then, okay, once it's done, you mark it done and you continue. Now, with Kiro, there's a way to automate that. So instead of me actually writing Mind you, I didn't write my specs by hand. I still prompt an LLM, whether it's Perplexity or Claude or ChatGPT or Gemini. I ask them, okay, this is what I want to do. I want you to create a markdown file for me with these specifications. This is my tech stack. This is what the project is going to be. So create something for me with different phases, and it will do it for me. Once I do that, I can still go in and change certain things. If I want to use, let's say, Postgres SQL, or if I want to use SQLite, if I want to use MongoDB, I can still specify that, and I can still go and say, well, I need you to basically, instead of using, for instance, Superbase, right, where we still in the development area, I want to use Superbase to deploy, okay, for production. However, I want to use Docker. Okay, I want to spin a container for my local environment. So my local dev is going to be Docker. Then once I want to go to production, I push to Superbase. Then I can still go in and change that. So when I'm developing, I don't have to keep pinging the server. You see what I'm saying?
What do you want to develop? Or tell me about the project.
What do I want to develop? I lost you, Zane.
What type of project you are working on?
Oh, wow. A big question. If you go back and look at the channel, okay, I think there's over 160 videos. And most of those are different projects. So I've worked on 25 or 26 different projects. Actually more like 30, but some of them, I'm not really going to use them, but a lot of them that are in MVP status, there's different types, and there's 20 right now. I would say there's a good 25 good projects that I worked on since November last year. So you can go back and look at the type of projects. Some of them are for fitness. Some of them are for agriculture. Some of them are for, let's say, there's one on yoga. There's one on restaurant food. There's one on, there are so many different things. There's one on meditation. There's one on, there are so many things. So many different things. Oh, we got Amar in the chat. Amar, what's going on? Welcome, Amar. Welcome to the chat. And what are we doing? We got, we're just talking about spec engineering and so on and so forth. So Zane, if you want to go and check it out, check out I don't have, in fact, I do have a list of all the projects, but you can go back on the channel and look at the past videos. There's quite a bit of projects with the different fields. Amar, what's going on? Amar is muted.
Yes. In which languages you are perfect?
If I were to choose one, it would be Python.
Okay, wait, I will come.
All right. Amar, what's going on? You were muted. Can you hear me? All right, I think Amar's having audio issues. Although he's on the Discord. Oh, he says wait. All right. Let me find my let's find my projects. Let's see. What do we have here? Let's go to GitHub.
Hello.
Yeah, Zane.
One at the door. I just put the open the door.
Say again? I couldn't hear you.
Nothing.
Oh, did you see the projects?
You are good in Python. Hello.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I say you are good in a Python.
Yeah, Python is my favorite language because the reason I actually prefer Python is it's the language that if you look at AI, right? Most of the
Yes.
LLMs are trained, using Python. Python is basically, and I like the way it's it's verbose, and it's you don't really have to dig a lot into a bunch of abstract language. So that's why I actually like Python. What about you?
But I like JavaScript. I want to build web apps like learning management systems and like RAS application,
Right.
e-commerce platforms, and business websites.
Okay. No,
I like that type of projects.
Right. No, for sure. Because JavaScript rules the internet. I think JavaScript is the most, JavaScript drives the whole internet. I think the percentage of,
90,
how many? What's the
around
percentage? Yeah. So
97%.
exactly. So JavaScript is here to stay. JavaScript is here for a long time. But since I don't really focus on developing that type of project, so for me it made sense to dive into Python, a little bit more, for big data and, data science. This is where you navigate more towards Python. But now for these projects that I'm developing, interestingly enough, I don't use a lot of Python in them. I mostly use Node.js, Next.js, and React Native. Okay.
These are the platforms of JavaScript, frameworks of JavaScript.
Yeah, exactly. JavaScript, TypeScript. So, but at the end of the day, yeah, it's that's what drives these frameworks. So let me show you a little bit of the projects. Okay, right. And this repo, you see the number?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can see.
Yeah. So I have these are 23 projects, but like I said, I have about 30 projects that I coded since November last year. So this one, you see Guardian Inbox. So Guardian Inbox is an AI-powered email security solution that protects your inbox from spam, phishing, and malicious emails using advanced machine learning algorithm. and a global block list system. And as you can see, language, TypeScript.
Okay.
Yeah. This is an agency boilerplate. It's basically it's a landing page. It's like a single page, infinite scroll. You know, a landing page about you know, your regular type agency page. Okay. Beard Swag, that's actually an e-commerce platform, and it's actually
Which one?
web and mobile. So it's an AI-powered mobile application that allows users to virtually try different beard styles using computer vision and machine learning, combined with an integrated e-commerce platform. That one.
Okay.
So it's 2 in 1.
That's why.
Yeah. And this one, yeah, this one's JavaScript. And you won't see a lot of JavaScript. You see TypeScript, but you know, you don't see a lot of JavaScript. So Smoke-Free AI is basically a comprehensive smoking cessation platform that combines AI-powered habit tracking, personalized intervention, and partner-based incentives to help smokers quit successfully. So it's basically an app to, if you want to quit smoking or vaping, that type of stuff.
Just front end, or you build front end or back end both?
Both. Yeah, there's also there's dashboard, there's the back end, there's it's pretty most of my apps have 3 components. They have mobile app, they have the web app, and they have a dashboard, and of course the server, the back end.
Okay.
Right. There's OnPath. This is a meditation app. Bible Social. It's a social platform, you know, for Bible study, Bible community, that type of stuff. Sentinel
Okay.
yeah. Go ahead.
You tell.
Sentinel Shield. Sentinel Shield is an advanced cybersecurity platform that leverages artificial intelligence to detect threats. Basically, it's a security suite that basically you can do pen testing, you could do security audit, and it could kind of predict with machine learning. It could predict where things are going to happen and what to do to fix them. So that's Sentinel Shield. This was one of the first apps I did. First I did it in Python, then I recoded it in TypeScript. It's a music theory and music learning platform with AI assisted. Basically, you can have an AI teacher or a human teacher, so you can choose. All right.
Open one of them.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah,
Jay?
I can hear you a lot.
What's good?
All right. You're busy today, huh?
First of all, did you stream yesterday? No.
Yesterday I did on Quick, not on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you not reading my posts on X or LinkedIn? I mean, not on X.
Where? Today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yeah, I wasn't on X at all yesterday. Yesterday, actually, I went on quite late. I went on Kick because I had something to actually test real quick. So I went on Kick. It was around, I would say it was around midnight my time. Actually, it was after midnight. It was 12:40. Yeah. But mostly,
Yeah, so you don't know.
I rested yesterday.
All right.
Yeah.
So you don't know what happened with right?
Not yet. Give me a second. Tell me in a second. Let me finish with this list with Zane. So Zane, you saw that, right? M quiz, yeah?
You clone Shopify store
Yeah. That was
into TypeScript.
let me get to that in a second. I'll tell you how this came about. So see this right here? this is a this is basically okay. It's a comprehensive platform for discovering and exploring restaurant, nightlife, accommodations, and tourist attractions. Basically, you can go in any destination, and you could search for basically the best restaurant. And these are not scraped. These are user generated. So if you go to a city and you find a nice restaurant, so you could actually submit it, then we basically vet it, and if it's good, we approve it, and you can earn points. It's a platform that basically user generated content as opposed to Google Map or Google Eats that will bring you stuff like that. So the Shopify clone, the way this came about, there was one series that I did early this year that when I was asking people, what would you like me to do next? So this was submitted by a user that asked me, hey, can you do a Shopify clone? Because he said, yeah, he tried, it didn't work. So he says, can you do a Shopify clone? I'm like, well, yeah, I can try. So this is it. So this one's public, so he can access it. So that's why this was.
Did not work. Cannot work.
Can it work?
It's work or not?
Yeah, it works. It's not complete. It's not. You still have to take it, and then you could expand on it. You could do. You could add different features to it, but the basic feature is there. The scaffolding is there.
Show me the front end of that. Open
Well,
them.
not right now, because that means I have to launch VS Code. I got to do a bunch of things, and I think the backend. I don't think the backend is. I believe it's Docker or is it No, it's not Vertex. Yeah, I can't boot it up right now because that means I'd have to I'm not set up for that right now. All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the next one is AIM. AIM is, again, it's a platform. It's basically like a course platform, right? That's AIM. Atlas is an app. It's basically it's a Kanban board. It's basically a board where if you own an agency, an ad agency, where you can do your presentation within the canvas, where you have draggable kind of little balls where and then once you click on them, it'll bring up the source. If you have a YouTube video, it'll play the video within the canvas instead of having to go to different tabs on your browser when you're doing a presentation. So that's what Atlas or Arc, right, is all about. And AOTC, that's something that I did for the African market. It's basically, how you have for instance, Italy on the cheap, you have America on the cheap, so you have New York on the cheap, or Delhi on the cheap. Those sites, all they do is they give you places you can eat for cheap, or you can get free breakfast. You can get Airbnb like at a very low price. You can go to camping sites. Again, this is also user generated. So if you know a place where you can get, let's say, an Airbnb for $10 a night as opposed to paying $100 a night, so it'll be on this site. If you know a restaurant where you can have lunch for $5 instead of $10, so this is what this site is all about. And that'll be from different cities across the country. Because right now, the reason I do this, because there's none on the continent. I did the research, and AOTC for Africa doesn't exist. So this is an opportunity.
How you collect the data?
Where did I collect the data? Oh, yeah.
Like you say you get cheap prices.
Yeah, if you, for instance, let me see if I can, let's see. Let me show you. New York on the cheap. All right, so you see this right here?
Yeah, I can see.
Right. So on these sites, people, well, this is more curated. Okay, this is more curated, so you can have deals depending how long you stay. And you see these prices. For instance, if it was 122 and I was 87 a night. So this is sort of like these type of deals that you look at the average of what these places cost. Then you do, you pretty much do the same thing. For instance, this wasn't a good one. Let me see, cheap things to do. There you go. This is a good one. Agree. Okay, see, for instance here, cheap things to do in New York City. Okay, because New York City is very expensive. So it kind of shows you, for instance, if you want to explore the city, there's different things you could do. If you want to do, for instance, let's see, if you want to do a museum tour, okay, it'll cost you, let's say, $25 per person, right? And if you find, let's say, a company that buys these packages in bulk, so instead of paying $25, now you end up paying $15. But you have to know these things. If you're just a regular tourist and you want to do tourist things like everybody else, it'll cost you the regular price. But if you can find sites like that, cheap things to do in New York City, then you'll pay less. And these things, it's the same concept here for AOTC, right? For AOTC, it's again user generated. Yeah, it's user generated. If you've used a place and you know the prices are cheap, you could submit. Then we update the site to include your find, and you can get points for that as well for AOTC. Does that make sense?
Okay, I understand.
Yeah. And for instance, cheap hotel rooms in Bali, if you travel to Bali or, Bali, Indonesia, or if you go to Hawaii, which is very expensive, yeah, you can find better prices, if you go to AOTC. Thera is a mobile application basically for...
Now, hello.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. You know how cheap is Pakistan?
Pakistan? Oh, let's check. So
you can even spend a lot of days in Pakistan. You get free food from anywhere, whatever you want to eat.
Really? What, from
You can get free food. Yeah,
No, it's not for the citizens. It's for the foreigners, right?
Really?
So basically they have never seen a foreigner in their life, because why would a foreigner come to Pakistan to travel, right? So when they see a foreigner, they are like, okay, this guy's okay. Let's worship this guy.
Huh.
treat like as a guest.
So basically, the hospitality is very, very high, very generous. People will invite you to eat, and then you don't have to pay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. So I got to go to.
By the way,
I got to go visit Pakistan. Jeez.
Yeah, people offers 5-star hotels.
Okay.
Even 5-star hotels for each. Yes.
That's pretty good, man. Okay, so I'm seeing Pakistan is a relatively affordable travel destination, especially for budget-conscious travelers. Many attractions, accommodations, and food options are reasonably priced. That's if you go to, I guess, tourist areas, right?
Pakistan
Hotels.
has probably the best food in the world.
Wow, hotel. Oh, this is hostels, $5 to $10 per night. Okay. Hotels, basic rooms, $20 to $30. That is very cheap. You're not gonna find these prices in New York or Europe. It's at least $100 or 100 euros.
Wait. That's what you say? No, $20-30. That is absolute. There's an absolute lie, dude.
Those,
Uh,
but those are hotels,
yeah, I
though.
mean, at, at good rooms you can find them for $20-30. If you're talking about cheap room, like very average ones that are still somehow like livable, they're like $10. They're like $12, $15 at max.
Right. Well, I guess I'm pretty sure they have a Grand Hyatt in Pakistan. I'm pretty sure they have. I think what they're talking about here is not your average. Cause as you can see here, right? I don't know if you're looking at the screen. You can find room at $5 to $10, right? These are hostels, basic rooms. But then if you go to I guess more established hotel, right? Basic rooms for two can be found at $20 to $30. That's room for two. So yeah, it makes sense. That means if you're by yourself, that's $10 to $15. Yeah. Public transport.
So you wanna hear what happened to me? Wow. Not right. You can like the post though. Uh, no, not at all, not at all.
And what's the best way to travel around Pakistan? Is it by bus, by train? How do you guys travel around?
Locally by the jeeps, like
Taxi,
there's are
taxi.
jeeps.
Okay. And is that cheap?
I mean, if you have your own car or your own bike, that's good. But if you don't have, you're a foreigner, then you are most probably traveling in either rickshaws or either taxis.
Oh, okay.
Buses are very, very mediocre usually. I mean, there are very less good buses, but like the common buses are very, very, dirty and mediocre.
Okay. So they're not very well maintained.
Absolutely not.
Uh,
And I guess in cities like Lahore and like the sort of high end cities, you can find some like buses things that travel in the roads, but like not the usual roads, but the roads that are built at high ground for specifically buses.
mm,
You know, so that sort of, and those are not usual buses. They are special kind of buses.
okay. Yeah. I mean, so are these government operated or
Government
privately
operated,
owned?
yeah.
Privately owned.
No, government operated.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it makes sense if they don't. Are these the type of buses like that?
No, these are the local buses.
Okay.
This
Actually,
is
these are the type of buses. These are the exact type of buses.
They're pretty colorful.
Yeah, but they are pretty dirty from inside.
Uh,
Only like poor or poor people travel inside them. Dirty and hygienic people.
oh, I see. So if you have a car, then you won't bother taking these.
Yep,
Interesting. All right.
absolutely not.
Yeah, cool. I mean,
Absolutely not.
I'm getting insights. I'm getting insights on life in Pakistan without having visited yet. So when I visit, I'll be ready. So BRT, okay, the CNG buses, BRT, the bus rapid transit, and then okay, intercity buses. All right, cool. All right, cool. So what happened to you, man? What happened on X? Talk to me.
can you? I mean, of course, can you like my post? And before that, I'm gonna tell you the story, like what happened to me in the last 2 days or one day, right? So basically, I woke up at Sunday yesterday, and I got to figure out that I don't have my laptop anymore. Like the laptop that I used to code on, the laptop that I had everything on, like I used to use it only, right? For everything,
What
social
happened?
media, coding, game, every single thing, right? I don't have that anymore,
What happened to it?
right? So it was actually not my personal laptop. It was my dad's friends, right? So my dad borrowed it from my friend, but he had to give him back. So he did, and uh, so he gave him. Sorry, I mean, so that my dad's friend asked him for the laptop, and my dad had to give him the laptop
No.
because it was his, right? Because he was the one who paid for it. My dad just borrowed it. Okay, so whatever. So after that, like I got pretty sad, and a lot happened to me that day. I'm gonna tell you in a bit, but I'm currently on a 4 GB RAM PC that I had, like, like I had not turned it on since like 4 months because I had my PC, right? So I haven't turned it on, but now I have turned it on because I have nothing else to code on, and the PC is so laggy, and like uh, lags a lot, especially when I'm doing coding tasks. Especially I have started learning machine learning, right? And machine learning is pretty heavy.
Oh
You need
yeah.
pretty high spec things for it. So still, bro, like that can't be an excuse, right? I cannot say that. Okay, bro, I don't have a PC. Therefore I'm not gonna learn machine learning. That's not gonna happen. Okay, so let me tell you what happened to me. So first of all, I started to cry because I lost my laptop. Okay, and so my dad came at home, and when he saw me crying, like, what do you think he did to me? Like, take a guess. What do you think he did to me?
He wanted to buy you a new laptop, no?
So he said, "Are you out of your mind or what?" And
Really?
he scolded me straight for 40 minutes, and he
Really?
called me failure. He called me a failure for at least 10 times, and he
Jesus.
compared me to other people in the society and said, "Look, where are they going, and where are you going? You are, so what happened, like, at Friday, right? So I opened up a cell, the battery type of cell where which produces electricity for small things like remote
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff, right? Cells. So I opened up a cell for out of curiosity, right? Because I was curious about how does this small thing generates electricity. I was curious, and I opened it up and I researched about it. When my father figured this out, he was like, have you seen your face? Do you think you will become a scientist? You're a failure. You're a complete failure. You won't be able to compete with others. You will fail in
Wow.
life. You will polish others' boots. Those are his exact words,
Your
bro.
dad said
I was
that?
crying. Yeah.
Wow. That's not
Amar,
Like
that's
Amar, Amar,
yeah.
hello,
he
listen, Amar. You know what type of parents in Pakistan? They do not about uh, that type of jobs. They say I also hear that type of words daily. You are his and you are sitting on whole day on the chair. What you do? You do nothing.
Mm.
exactly. He like called me failure just because others are studying and I'm taking a different path. I am not studying and memorizing textbooks. I am embracing curiosity. I'm embracing engineering because that's the core to inventions. That's
Mm.
how inventions are done. Inventions are not done by people who are, studying 20 hours a day and memorizing textbooks. Inventions are done by those who are curious, very very curious about a problem to solve it, and they make something that the world has never seen before, right? They're not the ones who study 20 hours a day, but like my dad said, we are not landlords, we are not millionaires, we are middle class people, we are not rich people, right? So we have to study and get a job and work for our lives. We are not the ones creating apples and creating inventions and becoming scientists and becoming physicists, changing the world. We are not one of them. We are the ones who go to America to get a job there. And he even said that one day when your friends will buy cars and houses and you will be polishing their shoes. That's how
Damn,
you are.
damn,
And
pops.
can you imagine this, a father saying this to his son on his face in front of everyone
So
in his family?
what about your mom? What did she say and all that? Was your mom there at all?
I mean, my mom didn't interfere like between the scolding, but after that, when I was crying in my room, she came and tried to convince me and said that like he was not saying anything wrong. You should focus on your studies. And I said that I will focus on my studies, but I will focus on this thing as well because it's what I love.
Yeah.
And my mom said you still don't study and this all that. But after like a significant debate, you can say, with my, I was like giving examples of Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and people like Tesla. They never graduated from top Ivy League universities or something like that. They were just curious, they were just knowledgeable, they were just hardworking. They are not someone who have like top degrees. They are just people who are obsessed with what they're doing, right? Obsessions matters way more than just uh, you know grades and degrees, right?
Right. So let me ask you
But
then. Let me ask you at this point, what exactly would they want you to do? What do they want you to study? W- did they
uh,
tell you?
so what they want me to do is study for 20 hours a day. And okay, so my father even said that don't give him food from now because he's just like on his computer 24 hours a day, not even coding, right? Basically my father wants me to do coding because I can earn, right? That's how the average mindset of Pakistani parents are. They just want you to code or learn tech to earn, to do freelancing, to do jobs, right? Nothing. They cannot even think of building the next Apple or doing inventions, world-changing inventions. They cannot even think of this. But
Right.
anyways,
Right.
so my father wants me to do coding and earn money. Not coding, but earn money. So he doesn't really care what I want, like
Okay.
what I do. He just want me to earn money and study for at least 12 hours a day. He's that sort of, because he wants me to get into a good university, and I'm literally planning of MIT. He wants me to go to a Pakistani university like Nust is a Pakistani university, top among the top Pakistani fast university like these. But I don't want to go into them. I want to go into MIT, Stanford, Harvard. But they think that the only way to get there is studying 16 hours a day. That is absolutely false. Yes, you have to have good basics, you have to have good fundamental knowledge, but studying 16 hours a day to getting into such university is pointless. Uh, Universities like MIT care more about your real world engineering skills rather than just your ability of memorizing textbooks. Well, after all, so like that, that scold or that, lecture by my, dad
Mhm.
disheartened me. Like,
So
like
what does
whenever I'm
your
coding,
what
like,
what does your father
what
do? What does he do? Is he in the field or what kind of job does he do?
he's, he's a, he's a failure. Let me tell you something. He
Nah,
never
stop.
ever did
Stop.
something. I'm
Pause.
sorry for using such a language. I'm
Eh,
sorry for using such a language. I know
Yeah,
I shouldn't use this because my father, he's the one who gave me birth. He's the
yeah,
one who is giving me food, providing me food. I know, and I'm sorry for using such a language. I won't do that anymore. I'm
good,
not gonna do this. I'm gonna Not
Good.
gonna say this about him ever in my life again. But the reality is that he never achieved anything in life, like anything
Hey,
exceptional. You know what
stop.
I mean?
Yeah, stop. Again, you said you weren't gonna do that, but you kind of did it again. Right? You said he hasn't accomplished anything exceptional. I think he has. You know why?
He gave birth to me.
Yeah, he's your father. You know, it doesn't. Listen, I used to I used to hate my father as well. Okay, for not not for these same reasons that you're talking about, but similar reasons. Your problem is not a new problem. You're not unique when it comes to these type of situations, okay? Because remember, I told you I studied music and film. Yeah.
Yep.
For my father, that was a no, absolutely not. Do you understand? For him, if you go into those fields, you were degenerate. You were basically, you might as well be a drug addict. You know, there's drugs, there's degeneracy. For him, it was a no. He wanted me to go either into law, into, study agronomy, or into something like medicine or engineering, that type, STEM, that type of stuff, right? But then when he was pushing me to excel at something that I wasn't interested in, I didn't, even though I harbored resentment deep down inside, I hated him deep down inside, but I never put those words out. I never told anyone that I hated him. I never told him that I hated him. Because first of all, you know, for certain type of parents, they will smack the hell out of you if you happen to say that to them. You know what I mean? But at the same time, your father, believe me, and I'm not taking sides, okay? I'm not taking sides, and I know I'm telling you this because I know how you feel, and I know how your father feels as well. Because when he's telling you these things, it's what we call tough love, and he's not doing this because he hates you, because he wants the best for you, because he doesn't want you to suffer. Go ahead.
So, like, behind all this, it's fear, right?
Yeah.
Fear by the society that is embedded into the brains, fear by the people about, what he's doing this, he's taking the uncertain path. Where is he gonna go in future? That is the problem, right? The problem is not the, like, of course mindset is the problem, but not exactly the mindset. That, like, we should see from where the mindset is coming from. It's from the society beliefs, right? It's from the relatives who are saying, okay, where is he going? He's talking about inventions, he's talking about building the next Apple. If he does that, our kids cannot, right?
Yes.
Our kids couldn't do it. If your kid would be able to do it, how would we proud of? How would we be ever proud of our sons if
Yeah.
your sons is above all else?
Yeah.
So
No. That,
there's insecurity,
no.
there's
Yeah.
fear
Insecurity.
of
No.
certain
Listen.
parts. Are you disagreeing with me or agreeing with me? Could you clarify?
Listen. Insecurity. I wouldn't say insecurity per se. What I would say is it's more of a fear. Okay, it's fear, and then
Yeah, fear.
the fear is a fear of the unknown. Okay, what I mean by that is when I say fear of the unknown, it's because they don't understand the new paradigm. Okay, your parents are never going to understand the music your parents used to listen to is not the same music you listen to. Okay, the fashion, the style of clothing they used to wear when they were your age is not the same style you're wearing today. Even the hairstyles, nothing's the same. So technology is even more removed from their understanding of what's possible. Remember when one of the first times uh, we talked, right? One of the first times we talked, and I told you, don't limit your thinking because you're gonna box yourself into a little corner where you don't, because you don't know what you don't know. And what we talked about it when you said, well, I can't, you can't imagine making, I don't know, $100,000 a month. And I said, no, don't think like that. And I told you, it is entirely possible for you to make $100,000 a month with the right project. And you said, well, because of Pakistan. I'm like, no, don't think like that. Because Pakistan is not always going to be the way it is now. America was not always the way it is now. Europe was not always the way it is now. Things evolve, things progress. So the same way you think your parents can't see what you're doing, a lot of it might be transferred to you, where now you kind of see things also with a limiting belief. Well, this is how Pakistan is, this and that, the negative, where you don't see the positive and the possibility of the positive. And you are in a good place to implement the positive because you're still young. So you are the future. So once these guys are out, it's guys like you who are going to make a difference. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, you're absolutely right. There's societal pressure as well, So, and I told you that, my dad's cousin came and he, gave me a lecture about university and all that, like at Friday probably. So that day, like after that day, I mean, even before that, my father has always, believed that studying is everything. And, people like us who do not come from very rich backgrounds, the only way of, setting up a career for us is, is to study hard, is to get a good job, right? That is all what they can think of, right? But my ambitions are different. And I will always have this question in my mind that if everyone has different destiny, why does everyone have the same path? And nobody can answer that, because it will question their beliefs. It would question their path of success, path of life, to make your life, right?
Yeah, of course.
And you don't even know you don't even know the whole story. That I was sitting there for almost an hour in a room, and my brothers and siblings and my mom was sitting in the same room as well, listening to my father humiliating me. That doesn't mean I hate my father. Let me tell you something. The day I will succeed will be the day when the proudest man on earth would be my father.
Of course, it's
The
always like that.
happiest man,
Yeah,
the happiest man on earth will be my father.
yeah, of
And
course.
I will make that day real one day.
You make what?
But
One day what? What did you say?
I will make that one day real.
Good. Good. That's what. Hey, listen,
Yeah, so
listen,
Listen,
listen.
listen, listen.
Yeah.
You know now what financial conditions in Pakistan. Every parents worry about their child. They have no resources.
exactly.
You just put your efforts, show consistency to your work. Same.
I'm sure it's the same for you,
Yeah.
Zane. And here's the thing, right? Let me say this thing here. Um, Parents, it's their job to make sure that you're okay, that you're self-sufficient. When you leave the nest, so to speak, that you can fly on your own, that you grow your own wings. They don't want to see their children suffer. Also, they want to make sure that their efforts, the sacrifices that they made, right? It's going to be worthwhile. They don't want to work so hard to take care of you, to bring you into the world, right? To take care of you, to get you to a point where they see, well, I don't know, I don't understand what this kid's doing. Let me try and talk to him. I'm pretty sure your father didn't. The way he talked to you yesterday, right? The way he talked to you, that's not the way he always talked to you, right? This is the first time he did that to you, right? Amon.
This is not the first time he did this. He has done this with me a lot of times, even before, calling me a failure, calling me someone who will not be able to achieve anything in life. The calling me someone who will be, like cleaning cars for others. You know what I mean?
Oh, so he's done that before.
Yeah, he's done that multiple times, and I don't think he's talking from the how he's gonna keep doing that. So like, uh, I opened up the cell and he saw me. He didn't say anything at that point, but like when he was scolding me, he said, "Who the hell are you to think you will become an inventor, an engineer, a scientist? You have you seen your face? You will become a scientist. Have you seen where you come from?" And he was so harsh to me. Trust me, it sounds so sweet in English when I pronounce to you in English, but when you translate it to when you hear and understand what he's saying in our native language Sindhi, trust me, it will get so harsh.
It's
Trust
pretty
me,
harsh, huh?
you will feel like you're. Yeah, I mean, like insults in my native language feels way more harsh than any other insult in English or anything.
Right. Well, hey, man. Listen, your pops is, I guess he's frustrated because you're not doing what he wants you to do. So then he's trying to shock your system into doing. But that's not how things are done. And of course, as a teenager, you're developing your own wings, right, so to speak. So you're trying to fly and explore your possibilities, and you see what's possible. But for your parents, especially your father, he doesn't see it, and he cannot see it because his mind is already set in terms of what future that is possible. I'm pretty sure, in terms of AI, has he ever used AI? Does your father know? Does he use
Okay,
ChatGPT?
let me tell you something very. Okay, you question me about AI. I'm gonna tell you something very, very interesting. You're gonna be surprised. You're gonna say, "Hey, your father is saying that." So my father restricts me from using ChatGPT. Can you believe this? And he thinks that ChatGPT is brainwashing me.
Really? So,
he said, "If I ever see you," those are his exact words. He said, "If I ever see you again using ChatGPT other than study stuff, I am that day gonna destroy your PC and gonna kick you out of this house."
wow.
Those are exact words which for using ChatGPT. It feels like a prison, man. I mean, I don't hate my dad. I absolutely love my dad, but sometimes these because my father is very harsh when it comes to speaking. Right? When he's talking, when he get harsh, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Right.
He doesn't realize that what he's talking might destroy someone else's inner peace, inner mind, right? Inner confidence, destroy someone else from inside out, right? Destroy someone's future maybe because but like so yeah, I wanna hear your insights.
Yeah. No, that's pretty harsh. But he shouldn't have talked to you that way. But let me see. Did you did you ever consider that the
Like my post on X, by the way.
the don't worry, I will. Did you ever consider that the laptop, right, that his friend has lent to him, right, has lent it to him? Did you ever consider that the friend didn't really ask him for the laptop back? Did you ever consider that maybe?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about it. Like he might have intentionally done this, and might the friend of my dad have not asked him for the laptop, but my dad has intentionally
Yeah,
done this to keep me away from the laptop. That is a possibility.
yeah,
Cause I mean, he thinks that I've stopped coding as well, but he doesn't know that I code for like 3 hours every single day, 4 hours. Uh,
Yeah, because he wanted to basically tell you, hey, this is what I need you to do. Since you're not doing what I want you to do, I'm going to take the freaking laptop away. And then he said, well, yeah, my friend wants it back. So you have no choice. So now let me ask you, did you back up your files?
and bro, that is the exact thing, right? So, I was like, I slept at that night after, like, our stream ended, like that night where, a the stream crashed,
Mm-hmm.
right? Remember?
Right.
And we were talking, and then I said, okay, I gotta leave now. And I left. And when I woke up that morning, I was
Laptop
like,
was
where is
gone.
dad? And my mom said he's going to his office. And okay. And I was looking for my laptop. I said, where's my laptop, mom? And she said, the father has taken the laptop with himself to the office. I said, why? It's because his colleague at the office, his friend at the office, asked for asked him to give his laptop back to him. And I was completely broken inside because I hadn't logged out. I had all my files inside. Let me tell you something. Yeah, I had all my files inside. I had logged in accounts. Right. So if my friend's dad wants, he can go to my Discord and possibly review our conversation as well if he wants.
Yeah.
But he probably doesn't even know what Discord is, so no worries.
Yeah. That sucks, man. But hey, you know what? Keep your head up. If I have one piece of advice for you, it would be this: make the peace.
Listening.
Okay, make peace with your dad. If it's coding he wants you to do, here's what I'm proposing you do. Yeah, you say you code about 3 hours a day.
He doesn't see me coding.
No, but
Also,
that's not what I'm saying.
he doesn't care about,
You say
he doesn't care about coding actually. He wants me to earn money. Simple as that. Whether it's by coding, whether it's by designing, whether it's by anything, he just wants me to earn money.
yeah, but you again you're going past my question because I listened to you.
But
I listened to you. What you said earlier, you said he wants you to study and code so you can earn money. So that means how are you going to earn money? Through coding, right? By creating websites, by doing freelancing, through
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Okay, so that's what I mean.
Yeah,
So
like,
if that's what he
like,
wants you to
like,
do, listen. If that's what he wants you to do, okay, because remember, you're still a minor, so you still live under his roof. Okay, I know you might not want to hear
yeah.
that. You might not want to hear that, but that is the reality. Trust me. Where you are right now is way better than on the street if it kicks you out. If he kicks you out of the house, what are you going to do? Where are you going to go?
No, he's not gonna do that. Of course, he's not gonna go that mad.
No, what if? Because it's always a possibility. If you piss him off so much, like he said, he's going to smash your PC and he's going to kick you out of the house. He told you. So, what makes you believe that he won't do it?
No, of course, like he's not that mad, bro. He. Let me tell you something. He is a mature and rational person, but when it comes to scolding, he's the worst dad in the world when it comes to because the only problem with him is when he's speaking, he doesn't know what he's speaking about, so he just utter statements that he shouldn't have said, that he even realized after saying that he shouldn't have said that.
Mm-hmm. But remember, he's still your pops, he's your father, and you live under his roof. Therefore, his rules. Therefore, you can have your ambitions. Okay, I'm on your side. Okay, don't get me wrong, I'm on your side, but at the same time, you got to keep the peace. You have to do something to create an environment where things are peaceful, where things are going in the right direction. Because right now what's happening is, let me give you an analogy. Have you ever watched Animal Planet or National Geographic?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. So I don't have a documentary off the top of my head to share a link with you or anything, but this is what usually happens. What happens in the wild? Okay, if you study what happens in the wild and what happens in human society or the nuclear family, there's a very strong parallel. Okay, when it comes to what happens, let's say, let's take a lion pride, right? You know a lion pride, like a group of lions. Okay, usually what happens when there's one male, there's usually one male per pride. Okay, there's a bunch of females, there's one alpha male, and then there's a bunch of cubs. If there are female cubs, they're fine. If there are male cubs, as soon as they become of age, where they become sort of like the equivalent of human teenagers, guess what happens? Now
What?
they start pushing the boundaries. They start doing things that they're not supposed to do. Guess what the alpha male, the alpha lion male, do? Guess what he does? Kicks them out. Then they have to go out there on their
Oh,
own. Okay? So the same sort of situation when you reach, sort of like 14, I think it starts at 12 years old, right? When you're about 12 years old, especially now, you're right in the middle of it. You're 15, okay? And then in 3 years, you're 18. When you're in those ages, right? You're pushing, it's like you become your own person. You're independent. But when you're 5, 6 years old, there's no friction. You know what I mean? There's no tension. If there's tension, it's something really minor. It's nothing major. It's not life-changing situations. It's like, hey, go ahead, go brush your teeth. Okay, you got to go to bed. Turn off the TV. That type of stuff, right? But now this is life-changing situations. As a teenager, when your father talks to you, this is the same situation in the Pride of Lion when now the teenagers start getting into their own kind of mind. They're forming their own opinions. They have their own goals. They want to do certain things. Now the alpha male wants you, hey, no. These are the rules of the pride. This is what you have to do. If you don't do that, get out. And this is exactly what happens in the wild. And it's the equivalent, not as harsh in human society, but in the animal kingdom, that's exactly what happened. Once you reach a certain age, you start forming your own thoughts, your own opinions, you have to go.
yep.
So, code, my friend. This is what I would suggest to you, to keep the peace, all right? It doesn't mean you have to abandon your dreams. There's still 12 to 14 hours in a day. Manage your time, okay? Manage your time. Do what you have to do. Code, but then don't give up on your research. Do your research and then code at the same time. He doesn't need to know. He doesn't know how to code.
So,
So you could be coding something for your glasses, and you switch to HTML page, a landing page for a client. He doesn't know the difference. Do both.
yep, absolutely. So, uh, yeah, you're right. I mean, I will, bro. I have no, bro. Like, so a cousin of mine recently he graduated from, the university that I mentioned, NUST University. You can search about it on Google.
Right.
NUST NUST.
Mm-hmm.
So he graduated from university as a civil engineer, and he might go to get his master's degree in a abroad country, from any country, I mean.
Right.
And like he was pretty good at studies, you know. But and my other cousins he's preparing for the civil services exam, which is considered Pakistan's top exam, because if you're a civil servant in Pakistan,
Mm-hmm.
that is probably the best job you can get according to society. According to society, that's the best job, because if you're a civil servant, you will have cars, you will have government funded houses and bills and
Okay.
cars, petrol. uh, you will have protocol. You will have your own security guard protecting you. So that is why people do civil services. And my two of cousins are preparing for it. And by the way, my father prepared for it as well, but he couldn't pass it, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not a very easy exam. So he wants me to do it as well. But that's not, I mean, not necessarily. But if I do it, he would be very happy. But
Right.
that is something different. What I'm saying is that he compares me with those as well. Civil services cousin, the cousin who is graduate from the top university of Pakistan and now working a job, part-time job. So he keeps comparing me with those cousins,
Mm-hmm.
and he thinks that all of my friends are studying 20 hours a day. But the fact is that no friend of mine studies, and uh, studying is something different, and actually building your future is something different.
Mm-hmm.
People in Pakistan and in India correlate these both, confuse these both terms. They are totally different terms, bro. Studying hard has nothing to do with your future. Do you agree? I mean, of course it can benefit you, maybe, but it's not for everyone, right?
Well,
I mean,
no,
going
no, no. Here's the
getting
thing.
high.
Yeah, here's the thing. Uh, education is not education is not 100% useless if you consider STEM, right? And for STEM, it takes a specific kind of mind. It takes a specific kind of personality to go into STEM. And for a lot of parents, they think that STEM is the end all be all. Okay, they think there's nothing else. If you go into anything else, you're a failure. Okay, you suck. But they don't realize that that was in the past. Okay, STEM. I mean, you can still employ STEM for a specific type of person, specific personality. Of course, if you want to be a structural engineer, you can't go to YouTube University and then you go and freaking build a suspended bridge. No one's gonna hire you to do that. You know what I mean? But you can actually learn coding on your own, and you could still land a job at Google or Microsoft or Apple. You can still learn jobs. If you don't go if you don't study medicine, okay, if you don't go into that field and you get the proper accreditation, no one's gonna hire you as a brain surgeon, or even as a GP, as a general practitioner. No one's gonna hire you for these fields, right? For law, math, science, technology. Nobody's gonna hire you unless you have for these fields. Yes, you have to go get the accreditation, but for things like AI, machine learning. I mean, how old is the oldest course on machine learning? And how many universities offer it? How many universities you can go and study machine learning? It's getting more and more now, but 10 years ago, there were a few, yes, but not a lot of people study, maybe big data, maybe data science, but not specifically machine learning. So in that case, you have to sort of look into the lens of what the status quo is, especially parents. They don't understand these things, so they will never understand the fact that you don't need a degree to create something amazing when it comes to tech, and that's the truth.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm looking at National University of Science and Technology because I see they got a lot of good things: civil environment, chemical engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering. Okay. This this university seems to be pretty diverse. Natural
Yep.
sciences, health sciences as well, engineering. Okay, that's pretty cool.
The problem is that the only thing, like, like succeed in career, the only way to succeed in career is to study hard, get into a university, work hard in university, and get a job. They think this is success. I mean, look, for some reasons it is success. I'm not discriminating or saying anything to them, but those are not aligned with my goals, right? My goals are completely different, and I'm not going to abandon my goals just because of my parents say so. Imagine if Elon Musk would have followed what his dad is saying. His dad used to call him a failure as well. Bro, the richest person on the planet today, right? I mean, so this all is a part of a story I'm gonna tell one day. Trust me.
Well,
But
there you go. That's the
before that,
attitude.
it's not going to be.
Stay focused.
Yeah,
Stay.
but before that, it is going to be a little tougher, like little difficult, because my father is quite harsh. And you know what? When I will start earning, my father won't even utter a word to me, but he will be so proud to introduce me to his friends. Trust me.
Of course.
Once I earn my first dollar, once I earn my first effing dollar, but the problem, and like, I'm gonna apply for internships, right? So let me tell you something. My mom and my family thinks that if I'm interested into something, it's just temporary, and then I just fall into something else, and that has happened to me in past, but that is not going to happen anymore,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like in when I was a kid, I was, trust me, very very curious about science and all that, right? When I was in third, fourth class, one
Right.
day I had an Edison moment as well. I'm gonna tell you the Edison moment after a bit, but I was very curious about science when I was a kid. Then I wanted to become a cricketer. You know what is cricket, right? Sports.
Of course.
I want to be a
Cricket is
cricketer. And
is the number one game in that part of the world anyway. Pakistan, India, Bangladesh.
yeah, yes, yeah. So like I want to be cricketer, and then like my interest changed significant. Like gradually, yeah. Like I there was this guy named Shahid Anwar who was basically Pakistani Andrew Tate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Used to flex his expensive cars who were not even his, all on rent, and then sell his courses. Well, that is a different story. But the point is, when I used, like he used to speak a lot against education and against, society and money and all that. And I used to show my parents his videos. Look at it. Look, he has achieved something in life, and he's saying that education is useless, and therefore it is. And then I got into business as well. Let me tell you something. I have earned $10 online, and you know how I earned them.
How?
But till this day, I haven't. Till this day, it's been like 2 years. Till this day, I haven't gotten them, because to get a payout you need more money, and I quit that business was basically, about Teespring,
Yes, of course.
that like that like where you can customize your shirts or
Print.
different products and sell them.
It's a print on demand platform. Yep.
Yeah, so I used to design things on it, and I had a friend from USA. He was a 35 years old guy, by the way. So I used to talk to him on Discord, on YouTube, and like he once told me that he was his server name, the Discord server name was Money Gang, right? And he used to wear a shirt with a money logo on it, right? And he once told me that he want a cup with the money logo and the text Money Gang
Mm-hmm.
for him. And I said I can make it and deliver it at your home. And he was like, okay, I'm ready to pay you $30 for a cup. and I made it for him that on the Three Springs platform. And I actually sold it out. I can send you a screenshot if you want. I have those $10 in my account, but I never got the payout because
The
it's
minimum is
not possible
the
to
minimum is
have a.
what, $50? I think the minimum is.
No, it's for a cup. It's $30.
No, the minimum
By the
to
way, is
the
that
minimum to
overpriced? $30
the minimum to
for a
cash
cup.
out to cash out.
Yeah, cash out. I guess I mean I'm not sure, but it's something like that. Like not $10 at least. That's what I can confirm. But uh, so uh, I'm gonna send you a screenshot and wait a second. So yeah, first of all, tell me something. You live in America, right? Is $30 overpriced for a cup?
No,
For a print-on-demand cup?
no, it's not. Then again, it depends on the size.
That guy was telling me that. Yeah, but that guy was telling me that these are overpriced and he won't buy any other from me. He just, so that guy like bought one piece from me and then blocked me after that.
Really?
The reason why he blocked me was because, I was promoting my brand in his server. And other than that, he had a lot of contradictions with me as well. So he blocked me after that. Uh,
Well, I mean, listen. If you say a mug for $30 is expensive, it depends. It depends on how many ounces can it hold. You know what I mean? What size is it? Because you can find mugs for $5. You can find for 10. You can find for 20. Because even right now I'm on Amazon, right? There are mugs for $28.99. There are mugs for let's see, $29. There are mugs for $32. There are mugs for $15. $24, $19. Depends on the how many ounces that it can hold. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, I mean, I guess I can give you the information or.
Yeah.
Wait.
How big was
Okay,
it?
okay. I just realized something. Wait. It was not a cup, I guess. Let me just check it once. Like, let me just check it for a second. Confirm it. It was a second. Not this. It was. Yeah, it was a shirt. Actually, it was a shirt. Yeah, let me tell you, it was a shirt, not a cup. It was a shirt, a T-shirt.
And how much was it?
It was around. Uh, dude, I cannot find it. Wait a second. Yeah,
But the T-shirt had a design on it, right?
yeah, it had a design on it, the money design on it. Uh, it was $31.
Yeah. Well, I can't tell you whether it's a good price or not. Why? Because it depends on the quality, depends on the artwork, the quality of the artwork. You know what I mean? What kind of, was it a blend of cotton and synthetic? Was it 100% cotton? Was it cashmere? What type of material was it? Because you could buy a T-shirt for $100, but then it's gonna be the top of the line. Or you could buy a T-shirt for $8. Because even right now I'm on Amazon, right? There are T-shirts for $12. There are T-shirts for $14. There's a T-shirt for like $6. Okay, so it depends how much money you want to spend, and what's the What's the fabric quality? Is it
Hey,
premium fabric or
I can
not?
send you the link. I can send you the link. You can check it out by yourself. The description I added to the t-shirt is my friend told me to make this.
Is that on Teespring?
Yeah. So like anyone who goes to this, you can. I send it to you the link. You can check it out. You can check the details about it. It is slim fit, unisex, and cotton combat ring spun cotton. Heather gray, 90% cotton, 10% poly. I send you a link. You can check it by yourself for details. But the overall point is that I sold it and earned $10 from it,
You send
right?
it.
And that was a big achievement. And my, like when I told this to my dad and my mom, they were literally so happy. But when I figured out that these $10 cannot be paid out, I was completely devastated. And I said, okay, we cannot. Let's just quit this thing and uh, you know check this out. Check the link out. Are you
Well,
checking it?
well, I can tell you right now. For let's see, you have white. Oh, you only have it in white. Okay, there's
A
black.
white T-shirt with the
There's black. Okay,
black,
the side
green
is
as
slow.
well.
Yeah. Yeah, I can tell you. This is not worth $30. Looking at it. So is this the actual T-shirt, or you got the, what do you call it, the template on Teespring, and then you just put your logo on it? You just put the artwork on it.
I have no idea, bro. Like,
You just
like
uploaded
like
you just uploaded the
all what I
artwork,
did is
right?
all what I did is like ask him for like what to add in the shirt, and he told me to add this money thing and like the text, and I edited it and sent the link to him, and he bought one piece, and I earned $10 from. That's all I know. I don't know how he got it. I don't know when he got it. I don't know even if he got it or no. I have no idea absolutely. But I have those $10 in my account. That's all what I know.
Okay. Right, but I think you know what he should have done. So when was this? This year or last year?
This was like the day he bought from me. The date when I earned my first dollars, which I never got, is it's August. It was August 14, 2023.
Oh, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was around 2 years
So
ago.
that means you were 13.
Yeah, I was 13 years old and earning dollars, dude.
Yeah, but see, this guy, what he should have done, okay, what he should have done, and instead of, okay, buy a piece from you, and then he ghosted you, he blocked you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. What he should have
that
done,
is brutal.
especially what he was, 35, you said, and then you were 13. What he should have done, and be honest with you.
Okay, so basically, a mistake I did, and I learned from the mistake is that I lied to him. I lied to him very it was very silly.
What did
So
you
I
say?
said that my family. So I wanted him to anyhow buy from me, right? So what I did is at the YouTube chat, I told him that my family was hungry and I need money to feed them.
Bro, that's not cool.
Bro, I was 13 back then. I had no idea how to talk, right? I was just yapping to earn money, right? And that's a silly joke that I made. No, not a joke. I was like, okay, my family was hungry. I was hungry. I want to feed them. That's why buy from me so that I could feed them. and he realized that it was a lie, and that was obvious. Like no one who's hungry at the streets would go at YouTube and buy, make T-shirts at Teespring and sell them at YouTube, right? No one would do that with a hungry stomach, right?
Yeah, that was silly.
So
That was a silly mistake.
that
But
was pretty. That was, yeah.
okay, now it makes
But see, we
sense.
learn from it.
Exactly. But now it makes sense. I see why he ghosted you, why he blocked you. But here's the thing, right? If that didn't happen, and then you kept interacting with him, what he should have done, okay? What he should have done is sit you down and say, listen, this design, the design is trash. Okay. He should have told you that. This is not how. First of all, if you look at the way the monies the money stacks are placed, the first, in fact, let me switch screens so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, you see how the right, the money stack on the right and the one in the middle, you see how they're touching each other?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, of course, it was not ideal. I didn't spend days on design, right? I just wanted to earn money. That was my aim. Yeah, there are a lot of mistakes that I made
Okay.
using design. Yeah, you're right
And
that the
it's
design sucks.
and then
But
there's a space here. The font
yeah,
and the spacing between the money and the gang is wrong. There's too much negative space. The gang should have been smaller in a different font and then put it closer underneath. And I wouldn't have put 3 stacks of money. And even I mean, it's a PNG. I think you probably remove the background and then you it's not high res. It's not. No, it's trash. I'm telling you straight up, the design is trash. If I were you, I would basically take it off the site because it's never gonna sell again. So that was 2 years ago, and you haven't sold anything. That's because it's trash. Nobody wants it. So get rid of it. Trash the site. Trash this. Okay. And what he should have done is sit down with you and tell you, hey, listen. I'm gonna buy it from you because, well, first of all, he bought it because you lied to him, okay? And then what he should have done is say, listen, okay, I'm gonna buy it to encourage you, but even me, I wouldn't have bought it from you. I would have told you, no, because then I'm rewarding you for something that's trash. So,
yeah.
so at the end of the day, he should have sat down, with you and say, hey, listen, okay, you're young. You don't quite know how things work, but no, this is not how you do it. Okay, and I'm pretty sure if you go to any other store, and I see the other designs you did with the mugs and the glass and the I don't scam. Is that a photo of you?
What? No,
The
no, no. That's my friend. That's my friend.
that's your friend. See
Yeah.
the
Let me
the
let me remove this product. Where do I have these?
yeah, you see these right here. Even none of these products. If you want to redo them, you gotta change the artwork.
Okay, let me tell you something. Why I made this? Why I made that? The I don't scam thing.
Hmm.
So the another guy, he told me that he would buy from me if I would make such a mug, like which says I don't scam, and which has my pictures on it. That's what he demanded. He said that it should be your picture on the mug, and I said okay, and I was like, okay, I don't have any of my picture right now. I would just attach my friend into, like, attach my friend's picture.
So why would you put your friend's picture again? That's wrong. If he tells you put your picture, why would you put your friend's picture?
Yeah, that's absolutely wrong. That is absolutely wrong. I agree. But I didn't have brain at that time. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make money out of it. That's all what I knew. That was absolutely wrong. You're right. I'm not
Yeah,
disagreeing.
yeah. Well, hopefully you learn a lesson. Like if you look at, let me see. Well, I don't have a store. I never use Teespring, so that's not my um, it's not my bag. But if you look at simple designs that they have on the site, you'll see. You know, the designs they make sense. Where yours, no, not so much. Actually, not at all. It's it's not easy to just go and then slap any kind of PNG on a T-shirt and then all of a sudden you got something that's amazing. It doesn't happen that way. You know, for instance, look at this. Yeah, there were a few of these platforms. There's Teespring. There's what's the other one where they sell a lot of artwork on there as well. Just quite a few of these sites. I've never used them. I've never created anything like that. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool way to make money though. It's a cool way to, if you're really creative, especially if you're an artist, right? Average therapist, Randolph, no. Anyway, yeah, you gotta lose those designs, get rid of them.
Yeah, but I'm not into this business anymore. I left this 2 years ago because this was not my type. I was just doing this for because I heard of this that you can just create design products and make money. I was like, okay, this is an easy way to make money, and I did this. But it didn't work out, and I figured out that this is not something that I would wanna do for my life, so I just quit it.
Yeah. Well, this is more of a side hustle, right? This is more of a passive income. If you got something that's really catchy and then people want it, and mostly let me put it to you this way: mostly guys who make money from these type of products, as usually guys who already have a following, guys who already have
Exactly.
a loyal following. Then you have merch. For instance, right now, for me, there's no reason for me to make merch. Nobody's gonna buy it. So I'm just gonna waste my time. The only time you start making merch is, let's say you start having like 10,000 subscribers, and even then, I wouldn't even do it. I would wait till 100,000 subscribers. Then you have a better chance at, and if there's a demand for it, if the market will ask for it if there's a demand for it. Otherwise, don't even waste your time, because you're not gonna make any money from it.
Yep. I quit it now. No, bro, I don't do this now. So yeah, we're out of this business now
Good.
at all. Like I probably haven't even opened the website in six or 7 months. Cause why would I open the website? Yeah, I have nothing to do with it now anymore.
Well, good. I mean, the thing is, if the design was good, somebody might have bought one. Somebody might have bought a T-shirt. Somebody might have bought a mug. Somebody might have bought something if it was if it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So like, yeah. So I guess it'll go now. Okay, it's pretty late for me.
All right. Get some rest and remember what I told you. All right.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Work on your project and then code, because that's what's gonna keep the peace with your father.
The reason why I bring Teespring in between because my mom, still keeps mocking me for this thing that you were once selling T-shirts and you never really earned anything or do anything. I was making claims that okay, we are gonna be millionaires soon and all that, but yeah, you know.
Yeah, but they have to understand you were young, and of course, when you're 13, you think you don't have any business experience. You don't think things are going to be hard. You think things are going to be super easy because of one sale of $10. And remember, $10, Teespring is going to take its own cut, and if you use PayPal or anything, they're going to take a percentage. So even if you sold it for $30, you're not going to get $30. There's going to be all these things taken off by the platform and by PayPal or Stripe or any other payment system that you use. So with $30, you might end up with $20 or less. because of the fees. You understand? So anyway, you better get out of here. Let me continue with the stream. So remember what I told you, and then I'll catch you on the next one.
All right. See you later.
All right, later.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
By the way, before leaving, uh, so this was the business that I failed. I wanted to be a 13-year-old millionaire. Basically, this was the time when Andrew Tate was at its peak, and I was I was quite influenced by it as well. Get millionaire in 90 days, become a millionaire, buy Lamborghini, buy private jet, all that. So I was just blind in money, right? So we never really realized what's true, like how hard is it. We never, but now we realize it. So no problem. But the smart glasses that we are going to make is going to have real customers and real buyers because we are doing the everything at X. You can check it out. I'm posting regularly about smart glasses. Though I am not over promising yet, but I'm like at least once or like twice or thrice a week posting about it because we want people to see it, acknowledge it, and when we launch it, we want people to buy it, of
Yep.
course. So
Yep.
yeah.
Just
By the
focus.
way, can you like the?
Focus. Don't worry about the likes, okay? The likes are coming. Focus on your journey, okay? Code and work on your project. All right, get out of here.
All right, bye.
Bye.
I don't have to be the first to tell you that democracy is under attack. We're seeing this in multiple ways.
Well, all right, folks. We're still at Seaside Heights Camp, Northview. If you happen to be in New Jersey, Northview, Seaside Heights Camp. Wave to the camera.
In the crowded room, I sway alone. Your voice, a ghost on my old flip phone. I spin around with empty arms. Jazz notes play but lose their charm. City lights shine but don't compare to the way you flip your hair. Fake smiles dance but they don't know through these lapses your echo. When you're not around, I lose my beat, swinging solo on these empty streets. Your shadow's gone, it leaves a hole, no rhythm in my restless soul. Coffee's cold, don't taste the same without your laugh calling my name. Record spins to a broken heart, our duet is now a solo part. When you're not around, I lose my beat, swinging solo on these empty streets. Your shadow's gone, it leaves a hole, no rhythm in my restless soul. When you're not around, I lose my beat, swinging solo on these empty streets. Your shadow's gone, it leaves a hole, no rhythm in my restless soul. Coffee's cold, don't taste the same without your laugh calling my name. Record spins to a broken heart, our duet is now a solo part. I keep on dancing though I'm blue, pretend the band is feeling you. False bravado in my step, every note a vague silhouette. In the crowded room, I sway alone. Your voice a ghost on my old flip phone. I spin around with empty arms. Jazz notes play but lose their charm. City lights shine but don't compare to the way you flip your hair. Fake smiles dance but they don't know through these laughs is your echo. When you're not around, I lose my beat, swinging solo on these empty streets. Your shadow's gone, it leaves a hole, no rhythm in my restless soul. Coffee's cold, don't taste the same without your laugh calling my name. Record spins to a broken heart, our duet is now a solo part. When you're not around, I lose my beat, swinging solo on these empty streets. Your shadow's gone, it leaves a hole, no rhythm in my restless soul. When you're not around, I lose my beat, swinging solo on these empty streets. Your shadow's gone, it leaves a hole, no rhythm in my restless soul. When you're not around, I lose my beat, swinging solo on these empty streets. Your shadow's gone, it leaves a hole, no rhythm in my restless soul. Rhythm in my restless soul. I keep on. you.